Hello again. For the past 7 years, we have been compiling a huge U.S. plate number database, and we have now released it with the 2017 EzStamp US database. It's a constantly evolving database as new plates are discovered, and we will update it accordingly. Over 45,000 entries are currently in this plate number database, and it has some very powerful search capabilities. As an example, for most U.S. stamps, simply entering the plate number visible on your stamp is enough to identify that stamp using our software. Most U.S. plate numbers are unique, except for modern issues where the U.S. Postal Service uses plate numbers such as S111, P111, or B111. And they use these across multiple issues, so those are not unique. But for the classic issues, they're pretty well unique. This did not occur, as I said, in the classic issues of U.S. stamps. Either way, the new database will be a great tool for any U.S. plate block collector. So let's have a look. I'm going to be working with the just released 2017 edition of the U.S. database. So let's bring up an example number 1333. To expose the plate number block tab, if it's not already displayed on your screen, you need to go to File, Country Settings, and enable the PNB data entry. So if you don't see it when you fire up your copy of EzStamp, just enable it, and then you'll see the PNB tab. All right, so there it is there. So I've got an example of a plate number for this stamp, so I'm going to bring it over here. So here it is. So it's plate number 29369, as you can see here. So let's go back to EzStamp, and there it is right there, 29369. As you can see in the plate number tab, there are a total of 6 plates known. 2 of them have been inventoried as signified by the number 2 here. So to enter a stamp or a plate in the database, you can either double click on the entry and then go ahead and enter your quantities or whatever information that you want, or you can right click on it and you go to Edit Selected, and this is what I tend to use. It's a little bit quicker, especially if you don't want to enter all the other fields. And you can add your own images and sell dates, buy dates, all the metrics that you normally would. So for this one, I've entered a quantity of 1, and you just save the record. So as I said, you can enter sell prices, sell dates, and many other metrics. There's a lot of fields that you can fill in here. So like buy dates, buy prices. You can actually enter your sell prices, and it'll calculate everything for you. There's also a profit for when you sell your stamps, and image links and location fields for these particular items. All right, so let's run a report to see what they look like. If you right-click anywhere in the PNB tab, you can do a PNC search report, and I'm just going to tell it to show me everything in inventory data, and it found 4, and I asked it to show it as a thumbnail viewer. So we can actually do that again and show it as a spreadsheet. And there they are. So those are the entries that I've made so far. All right. Now let's look at a different stamp here. Let's go back to Easy Image. So we have a stamp here. I don't really know the number offhand, but what I can see is the plate number of 35771. So I'll switch back to EzStamp, and what we can do is a search for that particular plate number. So let's go back to the search, PNB search report, and it was 35771, I believe. I better double check. Let's go back here. 35771. 35771. And I'm going to tell it to search all the supplied data. And let's find it. And it found the one. And I'm going to ask it to show it to me as a thumbnail. And there it is. So it's number 1735C. And when we look at it, there is our particular plate number. So you can see just by entering the plate number, you can pretty well identify almost any stamp. This gives plate number collectors a very powerful tool to identify stamps just simply by searching the plate number. Now the EzStamp plate number database provides pricing for blocks in both very fine hinged and very fine never hinged condition. We also provide data for the type of imprint used, and images of the imprints are on our website. So for example, if we pull up number 319, you can actually see that it's we give you a brief description of the imprint that would show up on this particular stamp, the Bureau of Engraving and Printing, and I'll get to that later for the images for that. Now let's look at another example where you can identify stamps to your advantage. So let's look at this recent stamp on eBay of a pair of US stamps with a plate number of 5708, which I have an image of right here. So this stamp, this pair was offered on eBay recently and identified as a number 331. So if we bring up Scott number 331 in the database, and we look for that particular plate number, which was 5708, you'll quickly see that there is no 5708. Whoops. There is no 5708 identified. So that told me right away that that stamp was not identified correctly. So let's do a search for that 5708 in EzStamp, and let's see what we find. This time we're going to use the power search. So we're going to go to search, power search, and we're going to search for number 5708. I've set my criteria to look in the plate number blocks and actually look in the plate number. So I click on find, and it found one. I'm going to show it in the data browser here. And there it is. So it's a number 374, not a 331. So if we bring that up, if we take a look, there's our number 5708 that was missing in the other one. Now you may want to ask yourself, well, what in the world was the difference? Well, let's take a look. So what I'm going to do here is bring up the viewer. If we take a look at this particular stamp, number 374, it's a watermark 190. And you may ask yourself, okay, well, what's a watermark 190? Well, with EzStamp, we've scanned all the watermarks so we can see. So a watermark 190 is a single line watermark, USPS. And if we go back to number 331, whoops, let me close that. 331. It's a watermark 191. And the difference with that is it is a double line USPS watermark. So that was the difference. So the seller, when they identified that stamp, they obviously didn't look at the watermark, or they didn't have the plate number database to compare with. But that's definitely a number 374. Another tool for you to use regarding plate blocks is available on our website, where we show representative example images of the different plate number imprints. So let's take a look at this particular stamp here, and that's we describe it as a BEP8. That's Bureau of Engraving imprint. And if you go to our website, which is at EzStamp.com, if you click on support and then EzStamp, you'll get a bunch of stuff. One of them is the US plate number database. And when you click on read more, you'll actually see a description and an image of most of these imprints. And I think we were looking at a BEP8. So there it is right there. So in that particular, let's go back to it. There it is right there. You will see that that is described and imaged right here. So we have images of almost all the imprints, not all of them. We're working hard to get some of these. If anyone out there would like to contribute any missing plate number imprints that we don't have, we would certainly appreciate it. You can always email us at staff@EzStamp.com. Anyways, let us know what you think of the new database for plate blocks. We're now working on the U.S. revenue and back of the book plate number database. That'll take us a little while to finish, but we'll get there. Anyways, we hope you enjoyed this video.